Good afternoon, morning, evening, whatever time it is for you. It's nice to be back. Okay, quite abandoned. Right, let me get... I've got things set up because I'm going to be running another project here because I shall show you why in a second. I want the displacement to work for our wildlife and our monsters, right? And they aren't working at the moment for some reason, which we're going to sort out. So we're going to press play and we'll see what is creating footsteps and what is not. Right, so our monster is, which is good, but our deer are not. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move our deer back in. I'm just wondering, is Lucid Dreams in? Is Lucid Dreams in the chat? No, for some reason that has stopped working. You can see that there's no displacement because he's obviously walked through the snow. Right? Now I'm creating the displacement. Our thingy-me-bobby. I wonder, wait a minute, hang on a second. Hang on a little minute. The question is our doe, right? Right. Get up though. Right. And as usual, when you want something to move, it won't bloody move. Hey, G Gergo, how you doing? So, my worry about this as well though is that our deer should be hearing my footsteps and running away. But I think the pawn Oh, what? I mean, I don't know what I expect. I mean, I did have programmed them to be, you know, their movements are random, so yeah. Bring that up, bring it down. Why are you not going down? It's probably because that's in the way. Right, we'll move this guy out of the way. We'll try again. Okay. We had a day off yesterday. If anybody wants to know what I did, then by all means ask. You might even get an answer. Now look at that. That looks like the doors are actually creating footsteps. Right. Now we are going to have to do something with displacement when we shoot them as well. Right? Are these suckers going to walk? No, I just need to find out what the difference is between the doe and the stags. Right, that's why I wanted to check if the does are actually creating footsteps. Right, and then I can check which one, what's the difference. Right. Oh yeah, we're constantly making improvements. Don't worry about this too much as well, because it's a test map, so it doesn't really represent. Look, snow's falling on the boxes. Are these seriously not going to walk? I think I'm going to have to check. No, they've got the same AI as the stags, so I don't see why they're not walking anywhere. Okay, for those who didn't see it the other day, here is our particle effects for fire with the light now working. So we finally got that all working a lot better the other day with the light and stuff. Right, the unfortunate thing is we can't see a bloody thing now. Right. So I'm going to go with the fact that our doe we want to check the settings for displacement between the doe and the deer. And I'm tempted to burst out into song. A bit of Sound of Music. Right? So we're going to check the displacement. And it's got the mannequin footsteps for some reason. Don't know why. That would be why. Mannequin foot. Right. I'll check this one. That's a 0, 0. So that can stay the same. Compile that. Press play. Alright, hang on a second. We shall bring our other deer back into play. Now, we actually might have to do that and bring them back in afresh. Now that we've changed the settings on them. Right. So that can go down a bit and play. So it's doe deer, or doe stag, doe stag. Right, are these all just going to seriously wander, stand there and do nothing? Is that going to be the way it is? Now they should definitely be reacting to me. Alright, why are they not reacting to me? You see how these have got footsteps, but these ones haven't. Right? Right, that kind of says to me that that's still not working. But I think it is for the doe. I've never seen these just stand about like that. Right, not one of them moving. Walking anywhere. So that's weird. Right, so let's have a look at these two again, because there's obviously a change. Right? There's obviously something different here. Now, we're looking at displacement. Right? We look at the doe. No, it's I'll show you in a minute, right? Gergo. What happens is you put like a shape around their feet, right? So we don't really put a capsule around the horns, right? Well, basically what I'm telling you is this isn't done on a mesh basis. It's done on a shape basis, and the shapes you attach to where you want like it to displace, right? So like on a car, you put it on the wheels, right? If it was a skidoo, you'd put it on the skis, right? But you wouldn't put it on the top of the skidoo, right? Because what you got to remember here is you've got to take into consideration the, what do you call it? You've got to take into consideration the how often it's doing this. It's doing it on tick, right? So you can't go mad throwing it everywhere, right? Now, I know for a fact that there are settings for this. Right, now I can't exactly remember what those settings are. I don't think they're in there, right? But in here, in Infinity Weather, if you go to here, then blueprints, there's actually this here, right? And this it's not that. Editor, utility. Right, this is the one we want. Oh, no it's not. Ah, wait a minute. Right. Close that. That's the stuff that I've done. Right. So there is I don't know if I drag this in or not. I can't remember. You see there's this data less and skeletal mesh reference and stuff. Is this? No, it isn't a utility. That's not a utility. Neither is that. And that's a component, so that's not going to be it. It's not that. See, these are the shapes, right? That you put around, like that would go on a leg, right? You could do a cylinder on a wheel as well, except you'd obviously put it this way down, or you could use this, in fact, this one. That's a capsule, that's a cylinder, right? But there was somewhere, I would have thought it would be in here, right? But there is an editor helper, right? It's not in there. It's obviously not in there. And that's materials. Material functions, so it's not in there. And it's not in there. Okay. Is it in the demo? I wouldn't have thought so. Footsteps. Blueprints. That's not it either. And that's not it either. Right, give me a second guys, I'm going to do a quick look at the documentation. There is stuff in it. Infinity weather documentation. Right. And I shall let you guys see it once I find it. Right. And displacement, we're looking for displacement. There's more pictures in the documentation than anything else of examples of him being able to do stuff. Right, rather than actual documentation. I'll show you in a minute, it's not great. Whatever, wind, fog. Right. So, this is the documentation. Right. So, infinity range, 3 hours, right. So we've obviously got that, right, because it works in the dough, right? Now, whatever, right? Right, displacement shape. Right, I don't see how this would have lost it, but we'll try it anyway. Right, so back to here, class settings, displacement shape. Right, let's check the dough, class settings, displacement shape, do. Is this new to me? Kinda. I took a look at it a while back, but my colleague said he was going to deal with it, but it doesn't. If I really want to be able to do this myself, right? And then I can just deal with it. Right? So those are the same. Now, I know for a fact, right, there should be something here where it's where you tie it to the footsteps, right? Hi Animex, how are you doing? Right? And the thing we want to look at Well, have we got this? Has this been removed or something? I can't see this having been removed, right? Because this should be in the base. Right, I'm going to move this out of the way just now, but I'm going to show you something, right? What you can do is right, so we're going to have to check those two things, but you'll notice that you can do this, and this is how you set up the thing, right? Okay, so I'm going to move this out of the way just now so that I can see what the hell I'm doing. Right, so we're going to go back to our dough. Now the interesting thing here is this probably shouldn't be using mannequin foots, because that's only going to be 2 feet rather than 4. Okay. So we did kind of do this right. Now what we need to do is in the dough, right, we've got our event graph. And as I said, I think it's going to be in the base, right? Now we might have to change that. Where's the displacement function? Well, that's bizarre. Alright, hang on a second. Right. So apparently on dough, that's got the interface, right? And there it is. So we can see we've got that. Okay. On the stag, on the dough, but do we have it on the stag? Ta-da! I think I found the problem, guys. Copy that. I don't know why that has actually disappeared from this. That is a bit of a mystery. But anyway. Right. What we should actually do is probably move this into the base wildlife. Right? But in theory, we should see that the deer have you'll notice it's just the front feet. See that? It's just the front feet. Bleeding monster in my way. So what we actually need to do here is create one with 4, right? So I believe if we follow the documentation, we're going to go to displacement, blueprints, we drag this in, right? Now we've got presets, and that's goat, right? Now let's see if we can assign this. Goat. Ah, that's the goat, not the doe. Right, okay, let's do this for the start then, right? Okay, so what we'll do is we'll remove that, right? And we'll duplicate that, and we will only call it goat, right? What we'll do is we'll call it doe. Now that kind of begs the question if the goat actually works, right? Right, let's press play on that. It looks as if our goat's the same, 2 feet, right? So we'll worry about that later. Right, we'll go back to here. We'll go DS goat. Doe. Right. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Right, so now apparently we make a socket. And that's going to be a capsule. And the next thing we need to do is basically find out our skeleton. Are you going to do something? Right, so basically well, we've got a bit of there we go. Right, so probably there. Alright, copy the name, paste that in there. Okay, then that's position, right? So can I undo that? Because that's moving the whole thing and not what we want. Right, that should be 0. 45? Kinda. Right, we'll start scaling it down. Remember, this is the right leg, right? That's actually not too bad. On the Y, we'll go 25. Right. And now it needs to go up on the Z. Except not quite. Open at 0. Change that to 15. I'll tell you what I'm going to do here. I'm going to do that, then I'm going to move it up on the Z, right? So it goes straight up. Except that wasn't straight up. See, it's moving in the local space. Right. So we need to move it on the Y. No, yeah, we need to move it on the Y. Okay, we don't need to move it on the Y. On the X. So that's kind of right. So that's kind of right. Right, that's definitely on a 0, right? Minus 15. Right, we'll save that. You'll notice that this is not an awful lot of fun. But the angles should be okay now, right? So we should know it's 49 degrees, right? And it's just a matter of placing them. So we're going to add another one. Right. And I'm guessing this is going to be left. Which is, oh, you guys didn't remind me again to make this a bit bigger for you guys, so it's a bit clearer for you guys to see what I'm doing. Right. So what we'll do in the meantime is drag that up a bit so that we can see what we're doing here. Right, now the scale on this, these should actually be the same. Right, so it should be copy. In fact, they should all be the same when you think about it. That's capsule. Right. Then transform, paste, right, and copy that, and then we do 50, right, paste that, then we do 50. Okay, do minus 50. Okay, oh yeah, right, okay. So, minus 15, 10. Now you'd think right, that these would be exactly the same. Right, but they're not. Right, so that's going to be 230. Right, now that's as weird as it gets. Right, so let's do 0. Let's do minus 10. Okay. 0. 15. Are these all the inverse of each other? Or something? Apparently not. Right. Don't ask me, guys. I've got no idea. Right. We'll close that one down. I don't know what this pattern should be. Right. Nothing. You can basically put a pattern down, so if it's like a tire track, right, you can put like tire tracks, I believe that's what that would be for. So we add another one, and then we've got to find out what our so that's the front foot, that's the front foot. Right, don't ask me why. Right, we'll go with that. Copy both, copy the name. Did we add? Believe we did. Paste that. Good. We'll copy this scale, change it to a capsule, paste the scale, change that to 49. Right, change that to 0 again. Go 0 again. Right. And now we need this to go up. So it would appear we can go with that. Okay. We're going to close that. We're going to add our fourth. We're going to paste that. Okay, we're not going to do that. Undo that paste. We're going to grab that. We're going to paste that. I think it might actually have been easier to add a socket to these, right? And then actually like zero out the rotations. You know what I mean? But if this works, then we'll call it a victory. Right, it's capsule, transform, copy the scale, paste it. Then again, let's do 90 minus 20. And we'll call that a good one. Okay. Then presets. Let's have a look. Alright, so let's just make sure it's got right, that's what we want. And that's what we want. Right. So what we want to do is delete the rest of them. Right? Because we don't want it checking for stuff that we don't actually need. Ah, in fact, Right, okay. I kind of understand this now. This is what I wanted to actually get to the point that I actually understand this. Right? So basically what you've got to do is set this up and then basically close this, right? And then save this. And now when I open this up, there's our settings, right? So the transform should be the one we set up, which it is. Okay, I understand this now. Okay. So we should be able to now delete this. Right? And in our displacement component, we put do. Right? And then in our other one, we're going to put do. Then we're going to press play, and hopefully yep, you see that it's got the 4 now. Can you actually see it better here? It's got the 4. Right, so all we need to do is do that for the stag, check the one for the goat, then possibly check out the socketing, right, to see if we can basically zero out the socketing to make it easier to actually do this and take it from there. But I'm going to go and grab a cigarette, so if you're enjoying the stream, hit like and subscribe, do all that good stuff. Check out the description, links to Discord, Kickstarter preview, my previous game on Steam, and Patreon. And I shall be back in a moment or two. Alright, we're back, and thank you for the kind words, Scroungy Cat. Hope you like the look of it so far. Now that we've actually got that working, that was actually a task that I wanted to actually get working, right? Now, the point of the matter is, for this, right, I can't remember who it was asking earlier. Let me see who was asking earlier. I think it was maybe Greco. Right, Gergo. Right, so basically, if I wanted to do it, right, all I'd need to do is add, right, I can basically drag this in, right, and do our dough, right, and get our skeletal mesh of a dough, right, and if we load that, I would just need to put like a capsule round here, and then a capsule on his head, like so. Like, see how these are capsules, right? And then obviously, if we wanted to do it for the antlers, you could do it, the best way to do it here would actually be to do like a capsule here, then another one here, and then a capsule here, here, and here. And then that would actually give you the correct look, right? And then you'd obviously have to do the same with as the dough. You'd have to do a capsule round the body, and then a capsule round the head. Right, you could probably get away with doing these as either capsules or cylinders, right? But for example, if we look at, let's say, what else do we have? I don't really have anything. I thought I had a chicken, but I don't. Right, but obviously if we were to do the one for a pig, we'd do the same thing, but obviously it's going to be a different shape, you know? And then obviously the wolf as well, right? But obviously like a crow, now we have got a crow, right? Ah, so that's the wrong thing. Right, I'll close that, that's the wrong thing we're looking at there. How are you today, Scroungy Cat? Right, so obviously in this case we'd be looking at the skeleton, and we'd probably be looking at the feet. Not there. Right, so that's not the feet, it would be here. Right, you'd be looking at this and joining it to here and having a capsule just for there. Right. But yeah. Now, what I'm wondering about is, if I delete this, right, I'm going to delete that. Remember, that's not an actual thing, that is actually the, see, what it might be is this, the displacement component. If we change that to the dough, right? But actually what we'll have to do here, if we're going to do this, we may as well do it right while we're at it. Okay, so what we could do is go to our infinity weather, right, go to our presets, right, duplicate this, it's mainly blueprint, but if I'm doing any intense calculations, or the calculations are getting done a lot, like if it's a marketplace asset and it's got something that requires tick, I'll put the calculations in C++ to give me a bit of speed, or a bit of an improved speed, put it that way, which has proved to be pretty good so far. I move stuff into C++ when I can. I also adjust marketplace assets and reprogram some of them when it's not very good. So I'm going to do that, right? And I'm going to say stag, right? And then what I'm going to do, I hope that makes sense, Groundy Cat. Then we're going to go into our displacement and blueprints again. We're going to pull in, I don't know why I didn't do this as a utility editor. Right, hopefully you guys can remember what a utility editor is. Right, so what we can do is we can go to the deer, no, the stag, right, and then we can get the skeletal mesh of the stag, right, then we can load it, and as you can see, that's a crock of shit. Okay, tell you what, you know why it probably is? It's probably because the sockets are named something different. So let's check out that, right? So we're doing the front right first, okay? So let's find that. Let's not change anything here so far. Right, get meshes, and that's the wrong one. What an idiot. Right, let's get this one. Yeah, notice how it's stag. Right, so that makes it easy for us, right? Because all we need to do, hopefully, is go stag. Right, and hopefully that's in the right place. It's not bad. I'm going to take that as a win. These don't need to be absolutely spot on, right? Nobody's ever going to bloody notice. Well, unless they're super eagle-eyed. Right? We do stag. And there we go. Right? So basically the doe and the stag are pretty much the same size. Right? We can save that. Right? And then what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of anything else that's in that set of presets. Okay, so we're going to open this up. And it has reset it, so we are good on that. Okay, now our goat is going to be slightly different. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this. Now, I don't know why I did that. Right, okay, thank God for that. I thought it was going to be a bit of a stramash. Right, so we're going to say data, go, skeletal mesh, go, drag that in, load it, and that looks like a mess. Right, now what I would say is delete, delete. Right, I'm probably going to have to do this for the start again, right? But that's okay, because now that I've learned how to do this, I'm fine. Right, this as I get on with this and find out about it, I'm understanding how it works. Right? Which is fine. Right, so the next thing we're going to do, now the thing here is, what we can do is, we can do the legs, and then once we want, if we want, we can come back and we can do the body and the head and the horns or whatever if we want, right? But getting the footsteps is the first port of call, right? So let's get our skeleton and let's get our names, and look at that, we've got the usual stuff. Right, so we'll get a look. Right, I'll copy that. Minimize that for now. Was that go L finger, yeah? Right, let's see. Right, that seems to be right. Right, that's nonsense. So let's fix that. And it's going to be L foot. So we'll copy that. That's going to go there. Right, we can minimize that down. You'll notice now we've got this. Okay, and on the third one we're going to paste this again, except this is going to be R, and that's us got our things, right? We've got a capsule. Now you can see there that we need a transform on it. We're going to put a 0 there. Now, let's just try something, right? Just while we're doing this, let's see if we can actually add a socket. Right? So what we'll do is we'll say go, foot, rear, right. Okay. It's actually rear left. Right. Then we'll copy that. This is just as a little test here, right? So I'm going to do that. This was the rear left, wasn't it? So if I do that and paste that there, we're not doing a sphere trail, we're doing a capsule. Right? And see, this might be a heck of a lot easier. Right? Ah, wait a minute, might not be. Yeah, I was hoping that yeah, it doesn't really help us, does it, in actual fact? Well, it was worth a try, okay? Worth a try. So what I'm actually going to do here is I'm going to zero everything out. Right? Yeah, and this one should be left. Right. So, okay, we're cool now, right? So we're 90. We're scaling it on the X. No, we're not. That'll do us. Right, we're not doing that. Okay, -5. Nearly. -3. Looks good. Right. And we can probably yep, that looks good to me. So we're doing the goat's left foot now. Capsule. We're doing the transform. We're going to copy this location. Paste. Then we're going to copy this scale. Paste. Then we're going to do 90. Blammo. Right. So the next one, right, we're going to copy that, we're going to paste it. Ah, wait a minute. So I'm guessing right, I'm guessing that this one right foot, left foot. Right, so this is this one here. So we're going to go 0, 0, 90. We're going to go 3. Right. We're going to go -3. And this 90 is not digging us. It needs to be more. We're going to go 110. If we do go 110, we're going to have to bring it forward to back, which I don't think that's it. Zero. Three. No, we don't want to do that. That's not it. Right, we don't want to change it on the Y. So it is going to be a mixture. No, we don't want anything to do with that. Okay, why is it doing that? So this is at some kind of weird angle. Right. Right, we don't want it turning that way at all. Right. Let's say 85. Let's say 90. Okay, let's not say 90, let's say 75. $89. $95. No, we don't want to move it that way. Can we? Yeah, we can. Right, it's kind of like we want to... Right, we don't want to do that. So about there. Right. Right, that was a bit of a pain. So now we're doing this one. Right, we'll copy that. Paste it there. Copy that. And paste that in there. Okay, we're going to undo that. Can we? Right, that's not what we're going to do. We're going to copy that. Paste it. I'm going to copy that. Paste it. Right, we want that one shut. and we want that one shut, right? And it's these two that we're dealing with. So it's this one here, right? So we're copying that, pasting that, copying that, pasting that, copy that, pasting that. Right, that's not right. Well, we screwed that up big time. We sure done did. That should do us though. We'll take that. Right. We'll do that. That should be 0. That to 0. We're going to have a quick look at this. Okay, that was that. Right, so copy that. 79, 69. 69. Right, we're going to paste that. I believe this is going to be 90. Not quite. Hi, Dulo. Right, so I'm going to say 180. We're going to do that. Right, we'll call that a job done. Save that. Right. Then we'll go into our presets. We'll open this. We've got our 4. We'll save it. And that's us done there. Okay. Now the question is, we can delete that, then we can press play. Right, and hopefully now right, has our goat buggered off? Apparently not. Oh, I know why it is. Maybe not. Right, we need to check this. We're going to have to check the wildlife AI because there's something going on. Obviously. Right. So in here, this is, I'm going to get a new destination. right? Right, so there's something going to get something, right? But it's obviously returning either nothing or it's screwing up somewhere. Are you talking around about the edge of the screen, I take it? It's a post-processing effect. That's all I know about it. Right, has target, false. Step over. We're getting a new location. Right, it's given me a new location. Right. We're setting the speed, so we're going to have to step into this because it might be this that's buggering it up. Zero. That's awesome. Right, so that kind of explains it. Right. So the way we're going to fix that is we're going to delete a goat and our stag and our doe and our stag. Then we're going to go to our behavior tree and we're going to check walk speed and run speed to see if they're getting set, which they obviously probably aren't. Right. Right. Play. Walk speed 0, run speed 0. Awesome. Right. So these will get set up at the start. So we're going to check where we set these up. It's on begin play. We've got our little delay. We've got walk speed, run speed. We've got struct wildlife data, which I'm going to guess is sod all. Right? I'm going to do that. And a breakpoint there as well. There we go. Oh no, wait a minute. Stop that a minute. How come that didn't fire? That doesn't make sense. Right. Okay. Okie dokie. It's not hitting this, right? It's not hitting this. Step over. Step over. Name, none. Okay, that makes sense. Right, well I'm going to go off and fix that, guys. So if you've enjoyed the stream, hit the like and subscribe button. I'll be back at 8 PM Central tonight. Hope one or two of you can join me, that would be fantastic. Check out the description for links to the game's Discord, my personal Discord, Patreon, my previous game on Steam, which is on sale for $1, the links to our Kickstarter preview, and finally the game's website. So thank you once again for joining. I'll be back later. Bye bye for now.